Good morning, all my sweet friends, pals, and confidants. I'm not going to be reading my Bible devotion this morning. I did do my devotions, and I will read my Bible today, but not on video. I'm mourning today. I'm mourning the memory of September 11th, when our country was attacked. And I'm mourning the loss of a genius young man who I followed for several years. He was a good man, and he's in the arms of Jesus today. But his 2 young children and his beautiful wife are alone. And for that, I grieve. I grieve the loss of a man who might even have been the one that turned our country around to greatness. I hope today that you will say a prayer for Charlie Kirk's family. Not for Charlie Kirk. He's in the arms of Jesus. He's living the best he has ever lived. He had answers. I'm going to go. I just want you to know that I love you very much, and I'm remembering this day from all those years ago. I remember exactly what I was doing. I was sitting in my living room with the next door neighbor, and we were talking about doing a block party because I was leaving the next week to go to Ocala. I was living in Hernando Beach over on the West Coast. And my daughter called to tell me that a plane ran into a building in New York. And I immediately turned on the TV. And shortly after, a second plane hit. And I knew at that nanosecond that we were under attack. And I called my daughter and told her, and my next door neighbor, who I think was originally from New York, she ran home, and I never saw her again. I pray for all those people. I remember the man that I was working with he was a nurse, an RN. He was a retired New York cop, and I never saw him again. He lost a lot of brothers in that devastation. The town of Spring Hill went into mourning. I used teasingly, before this even happened, I called Spring Hill Little New York because it seemed like everybody I met there was originally from New York. So today, remember the attack on our country as we remember what the Hamas did in Israel and how devastating that was. It still is, because they still have hostages and they still have bodies of lives they destroyed. So let today be a day of remembrance, because I will be remembering today. Yeah, my eyes are red. I have been crying, and I'm not a crier. I'm not terribly emotional these days, but this has got me. I almost didn't go to church last night because I was so upset by what happened to Charlie Kirk. That happening to anybody would be horrific. Horrific. But Charlie Kirk, he was the future of our country. I truly believe that. But God knew this was going to happen. God knew. And he let it happen for a reason. He let evil creep into our country again for a reason. Fellow Christians, brothers and sisters, we are not going to be on this world long. It is so evil. But God is good, and he's going to take us out of it. And then we are going to watch and cheer. And then we're going to return with him on our horses. I want one of those shiny gold horses. Again, pray for Charlie Kirk's family and for the loss that our country faces on such an enormously intelligent young man. Young, 31 years old. I have grandchildren his age. I love you all. Bye.